As we start the year of 2025, and we're looking for a year of blessings and success and all the great things, there's one tool that we need to get that I want to share with you today that'll have the greatest impact on this coming year, 2025, which is, how do you overcome hardship in your life? The reality is that the way life is, everyone goes through some type of hardship. It could be a loss of a loved one, it could be loss of a job, it could be a challenge in the marriage, it could be a challenge with our children, it could be our own internal struggles. And the big question is, how do you deal with it? How do you deal with it, and how are you able to overcome it? So one of the most important tools to overcoming these difficulties is one word I'm going to use today, is reframing. You see, the ability to shift the way we think about our circumstances. This is not just a modern day psychological concept, but a timeless principle found in the last 75 years. If you read the book from Viktor Frankl called Man's Searching for Meaning, 250 years ago, the Alter Rebbe wrote in the Tanya. But I want to go back to the first person that we read about. Is one of my heroes of the Torah, is Joseph. We'll start off with Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl was a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, and he made a powerful discovery when he went through the Holocaust. He was in Auschwitz, and he saw the way, he found that while the Nazis stripped him and his fellow prisoners of everything, clothes, possessions, and they took everything away, but one thing he saw they couldn't take away is their attitude. Frankl realized that our circumstance don't define us. Our response to them does. He observed that those who were able to find meaning in even the most difficult moments, they were able to deal with their suffering. Frankl's own survival was shaped by his ability to reframe his suffering, not as a pointless pain, but as part of a larger story. He could learn from this and teach others about the human spirit of resilience. In the similar way as with Joseph. Joseph's life was filled with betrayal. His brother sold him. His mother died when he was young. His boss mistreated him and threw him into prison. And then finally when his brothers, he revealed himself to his brothers, he told his brothers, you sold me, but God sent me. That means he reframed it. He said, although you try to hurt me, but I realized that I had a divine mission. And God sent me here for a purpose. Of what? To save the people in Egypt and to save the family. So I wasn't a slave sold against my will, but more than that, I had a purpose and a mission. And the same idea we learn from the Alter Rebbe in the Tanya, where he writes the idea of reframing. He emphasized the power of our thoughts, shaping our emotions and actions. According to his philosophy, by changing the way we think, we can change the way we feel. This concept aligns closely with the modern cognitive behavioral therapy, which is based on the idea that our perception of events, rather than the events themselves, determine our emotional response. See, the Alter Rebbe's teaching provides a spiritual framework for overcoming hardship. By controlling our thoughts, we can transform our feelings and navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and purpose. In each of these examples, the adversity is real and undeniable, but the response to it, how we choose to see it, determines whether it remains stuck in despair or finds strength to move forward. And we learned this from Joseph in our parsha, Torah portion. It demonstrates the power to overcome hardship. Listen to this, my friend. Lies not in changing the circumstances, but in the transforming our perspective on them. So let's use, for example, a person loses a job. Oh my God, it's terrible. I'm a loser. Whatever the reason is, it's terrible. This person fired me, let me go. My business, I don't have any more customers. You could say, no, now's the opportunity me for pivot my career, or learn new skills, or pursue a passion you didn't have it. Facing a health challenge. So now's the time, maybe I can eat healthier, or do healthier things, or live a healthier life, or maybe I'm meant to slow down in life, or maybe now my mission is to teach other people how they deal with this health thing. When you lose a loved one, so there's a period of mourning and crying, but then eventually you turn that sorrow into a moment of, what could I do to keep the person's soul alive, or keep the person's mission alive? Or what could I do to continue living the life that they did? And you become very mission driven. Or you make a mistake or fail at something. Instead of feeling defeated, reframe it as a lesson. Every failure is a stepping stone to success. And learning from these failures, mistakes, makes you stronger and wiser. So reframing is a mindset. It's ability to see life not as a series of unfortunate events, but as a sequence of experiences meant to teach, grow, and strengthen us. When we learn to reframe, we shift from a place of victimhood to one of empowerment, turning even the most painful circumstances into a source of strength, purpose, and hope. And that's what Joseph taught us in this parsha. And this is something that we all have to learn. And God gave us a neshama, a soul within us that has the power to change anything. So reframing is not just about changing how we think, but about transforming how we feel and act in the face of life's greatest trials. Shabbat Shalom.